Thank you. There are a few people who know this from earlier today. I've done my experience. So I've done like 360 episodes of television. I've never gone home and cried myself to sleep from shame and disappointment until that night. Not a word of a lie, and I think he can vouch for me. For some reason, the words wouldn't, it's never happened to me. Like, I'm a professional, I'm a craftsman. And I'm very proud of my professionalism. I like to mess around and have fun, but I have never had a moment where, literally, like, you can tell I've worked this guy for thousands of days, right? So he's like, "You good, man? You're good. Like, you got it, you got it." And I knew that I was kind of messing up. Tom Wright, like I literally ran off set when the scene was over. I've never in my life not been able to.
Yeah, he couldn't, the words and the actions just weren't syncing up. And I again, like he said, I've worked with this guy more than anyone in my life, and I've never seen a moment like this with him. I've seen it in other people, but Jared has never not been able to get the work done, and he couldn't do it. Like something wasn't connecting in his brain, and so much so where I was like, "Did you take something? Did you take did you take some like cold medicine, or did it was something you eat? Are you having a reaction?" Like it was that weird, and he couldn't make the connection to the words. And so we get into the scene, and it was supposed to be an emotional scene, obviously. And he wasn't able to, A, find the emotion, B, connect the words to the emotion, and then C, connect all that to the action that he was supposed to be doing, like the shoving me and stuff like that. And it was all just, and I just watched him, and he was just spiraling. And I tried to grab him and be like, hey, take it easy, you got this. What's happening? You're fine. Go walk it off. And nothing was happening. And at that point, I knew nothing that I could say was going to help this situation. It was just kind of like, it's whatever's gonna happen is gonna happen. So everybody, even the crew, I walked back to the crew, and the crew's like, "What's happening?" Because he's like pacing, in the parking lot, looking at his script and like trying to go over the lines. I'm like, I don't know, whatever it is, just let him work through his process. I was like, is something going on at home that I don't know about? And he's like, no, nothing is, he's like, I just can't do it. And it was awful for, not just for him, but for everybody there to watch somebody who's so solid every day in and day out. The guy is a machine. Again, never not able to do the work. And he couldn't do it. I felt the same way I did when I saw Rob in the hospital after a stroke, and he couldn't speak. And it was just like, he can, but it couldn't happen. It was heartbreaking. Luckily, I think some of that frustration, or a lot of that frustration, made its way into the performance, and he finally put in an amazing performance, I thought. That hug. And that hug at the end was a little more Jensen hugging Jared than it was Dean hugging Sam. So that was, but hey buddy, you made it. It has never happened since. I don't know, it was just a fluke. It was a unicorn. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
I didn't mean to bring up all that emotion with it.
No, thank you.
No, it's good.
I can't tell at all that you were struggling with it, but it's like you feel it.
Yeah, well, you know what? Thanks, Ackles. I'll say this. This is, and people ask me this sometimes, and I can't really execute like how, I can't properly put into words or quantify the way I feel about y'all, about this guy, about these guys and gals, and that was the lowest point in my career, honestly. Like I've never been to work and then like I knew the words, but I felt literally like I was like this isn't a joke. Like I had a stroke. Like the words wouldn't come out of my mouth.
You did say, you remember saying this, you're like, this is like a bad dream I'm having.
Absolutely.
I'm living a bad dream right now.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's like
and
that
then it was
dream.
like,
Yeah.
okay, well we have 4 more hours to go to shoot the scene, and I'm like, I'm having a fucking nightmare, like in front of everybody, in front of the crew. They all want to go home. It's midnight. We have, like, we should wrap by 1 a.m., but I can't say my lines, so they're going to be up till 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. waiting for me to do my job. It's never happened before. Never, ever, ever, ever. And it hasn't happened since. It was a nightmare, but the sheer fact that you're coming up here for the first time since it's aired to like compliment us on the scene is just a sign of why we are a family. You know, like this is why we come here. You know.
Did that feel good to get out?
No, it's embarrassing. Embarrassing.
Love you, Jared!
I did. Thank you guys. And that certainly with the fishing expedition, thank you guys so much. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi. You want to talk about